Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So this week on Game of Thrones, we finally got to see Tyrion's trial, we got to see Mark Gatiss' character, and we got a really awesome Daenerys moment from the books. All I could think after the episode though was Game of Thrones Law and Order. Quick shout out for the giveaway. If you're finding me for the first time, I do a weekly Game of Thrones giveaway. All you have to do to participate is be a subscriber and leave a comment below. It's just my way of saying thank you to all you guys for being so awesome. I'll pick a random person and I'll announce who the winner is in my Q&A video tomorrow night. So because we're in the back half of the season, I'm going to do my top 5 moments and then, pick up any remaining plot threads that didn't make it into those, then do my review. Careful for spoilers if you haven't seen the episode yet, but here we go. Number 5, the Iron Bank will have its due. It was so awesome to finally get to visit Braavos. We didn't see a lot of the city outside of the Iron Bank, but I talked about some of the other big locations in my bonus video, so I'll have a link to that at the end. But really, the important takeaways from the bank scene is that the Iron Bank is funding Stannis not because it cares about Tommen being a bastard, but because the bank only trusts Tywin Lannister. And because they're sold on the fact that Tywin might die of old age soon, they just don't have any faith in the people that would replace him. Everyone else in King's Landing is terrible at managing a kingdom, so Stannis is the only viable contender for the throne that actually has the skills to rule and, very big and, pay back the debt. So they gave him more money to raise another army and buy more ships, and in the process, Mark Gatiss, slipped in some nice references to old events. He totally called out Davos for all those ships resting at the bottom of Blackwater, which is actually a pretty big ouch. I mean, one of his sons is down there too, It really was Davos that did all the heavy lifting in the meeting. Him showing his missing finger joints was evidence of Stannis' commitment to honoring debts. I'll bet though that if Stannis doesn't repay his new debt as well as the crown's pre-existing debt, they'll take his finger joints just like he took from Davos. Also, quick shout out to Saldor Horsan, who is back and is not really our friend anymore, my friend. Number 4, Drogon destroys the goat herd. Really awesome scene from the book, but there was a really big change. In the book, those bones were of the goat herder's child. The picture on my television set was kind of fuzzy, but I thought I did see a little boy's ribcage, but I did not see a skull. And whenever she offered to pay him back for his trouble, there's nothing on her face that looks like the regret you would see whenever your baby kills another baby. Plus, during that scene whenever Drogon crested the hill, we really only saw him burn goats. We didn't see him burn the actual child, but I don't think that they could have done that on television even if they wanted to. It was very brief, but a very big moment for establishing that Daenerys' dragons do as they please, and they're starting to menace the countryside, so it's only going to get worse from here. But because of that moment, we also got to see Hizdahr zo Loraq. He had a pretty big speaking role, so I think that's a good sign that he'll be back soon. If you're not familiar with his character, he's the son of one of the former slave masters. Those are the wealthy families of Marines, so he has a lot of influence in the city. I'll talk about him more the next time we see him in an episode, but let me know in the comments below, do you think they should have included a line about those being child's bones? Number 3, starting to get a little bit more disturbing here, my name is Reek. I've been waiting so long for him to start saying that. Essentially, the whole Yara Ironborn invasion was meant to show us just how complete Reek's transformation has become. The Theon that we knew is completely gone. He's even forgotten what a bath is like. Don't forget that he also lives with the dogs now, and looks like he enjoys it. I really liked how uncomfortable that bath scene felt too, but that's really how we're supposed to feel. We're supposed to feel horrified. The real twist is that Ramsay is going to use Theon to take back Winterfell by play acting as Theon Greyjoy. Only someone as mad as Ramsay could come up with a plan like that. My name is Reek, it rhymes with freak. So, everyone post your favorite Reek rhyme in the comments below. And number 2, Tyrion's trial begins. I'm just talking about the first half of the trial too. It's like Cersei found every person at court that Tyrion ever looked sideways at. Sir Meryn Trant was getting revenge for Tyrion threatening to kill him back in season 2, whenever Joffrey was going to shoot Sansa with that crossbow. Maester Pycelle claims that Tyrion stole the Strangler poison from his stores whenever he threw him in the Black Cells, also from season 2. Then Cersei spit that Joy to Ashes speech back in his face, also from season 2, Blackwater. But then when Varys was talking out against him, he was talking about a season 3 moment. It was after the Red Wedding when they were having that small council meeting and Joffrey was trying to celebrate having pulled it off. So the interesting thing about that is that yes, the trial is awful and they're just steamrolling him, but he did actually say all those awful things. The only exception is that he did not steal any of Pycelle's poison, so that was the only time someone was actually lying about something he did. And my number 1 WTF moment, Tyrion confesses. Tyrion's outburst really was like the best performance in the episode. If there's an acting contest going on between the cast members, Peter Dinklage just won it. And just to be clear, he was not confessing to killing Joffrey. That was another change from the books. He actually does confess to killing Joffrey in the books, but on the show, he just causes a huge scene and demands trial by combat. Remember, that's actually how he met Bronn in the Eyrie during season 1. Moondor shout out. So I consider Shay lying about him to be a second part of the trial. That was just awful. The big thing though is that the outburst threw Jaime's bargain with Tywin out the window. But you have to consider there are two really important things going on. One, Shay is clearly being manipulated by Cersei to lie. Did you see how many times she glanced at her during her speech? And two, Tywin is so rigid in sticking to the rules that he can't save Tyrion anymore. He has to allow this trial by combat to commence. He really was going to honor that promise to Jaime, which is why I love Game of Thrones so much. A group of characters can have the greatest plan in the world, but then one character could just say, fuck it, and everything just goes to shit. That's how Ned Stark ended up losing his head. Remember, in that instance, Joffrey was the one that went rogue. And it's also how Theon got into trouble whenever he left to sack Winterfell. He could have just stayed and been prince for the rest of his life, but nope. So let that be a lesson. If you're a character on Game of Thrones and you're part of someone's elaborate plan, do not go rogue. It will not go well. So now it's your turn. Let me know in the comments below, what was your biggest WTF moment? Was it getting to see Braavos for the first time? Was it Tyrion's trial? Or was it seeing Reek? I mean, really, it really has been depressing to have to watch his scenes. It's so horrible what's going on with him. The only real plotline that I want to mention that didn't make it into my top 5 was Oberyn's secret mission to kill the Mountain. There was a really nice shout out for Team Fuck the King in that small council meeting too. I just love that Varys had to say it out loud. Remember, because of that, there is a bounty on the Hound now. So more people will be trying to kill him, and they do not know that Arya is with him. Oberyn was one of the few people throughout this whole trial that seemed impartial, and his ears really did perk up when he heard trial by combat. And we haven't seen some of those fight scenes from him that were in the trailer yet, so we could be seeing those in the next episode. If there are any other big plot threads that you want to talk about that I didn't mention, just write them below in the comments. But overall, the episode was another solid A. Just everyone was amazing in it. All the actors, including Mark Gatiss, just so much fun. Mycroft and Braavos, that's all I could think about. I really hope he comes back soon. Peter Dinklage was the real home run of the episode though. He did this interview where he and Nikolai Coster-Waldau talked about joking around whenever they had to film those trial scenes. They said that because it was so emotionally demanding on them and the days were so long, they just tried to blow off some steam by burning a couple takes with them skipping down the aisle and laughing, with Tyrion wearing the chains. But the funny part is that the whole crew just looked daggers at them and no one on the set laughed. Those crew members do have to work like 18 hours a day, so we can't really blame them for not laughing at Tyrion's antics. I've been so impressed this season though with how the producers have been able to include all these holy shit moments, without things getting completely out of control. It's like we're getting 4 or 5 Blackwater level episodes instead of just 1 or 2. Also, they've even started scouting locations for season 5, but I'll talk about that in a separate video. In the teaser for the next episode, episode 7, we did see the new mountain, so we'll probably get to see Tyrion's trial by combat, and it looks like Sansa gets another peek at the moon door. So be sure to subscribe to get my video. I'll also be posting my Q&A video tomorrow night, just like normal. So right now, you can click here to get that. I'll add the Q&A annotation as soon as I post it, and you can click here to learn all about Braavos. That was what my bonus video was today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. High fives.